Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Oakland Athletics. I've said this before every video, but again, appreciate the support, appreciate all the likes, all the views, all the subscriptions, all the comments, all the interaction, etc., etc. It's been very, very cool. So yeah, we are at the beginning of May. And we currently sit 16 and 15. We are one game up on the Rangers. Every team in the AL West other than us is under 500, so I don't expect that to last. But yeah, we're 16 and 15. Pitching staff has been okay. We lost Corbin Burns for 2 months, so that kind of sucks. So he won't be here for most of this episode. We lost Shea Langelier for a month. That sucks. Some of our new acquisitions aren't doing all that well. Austin Meadows hitting $198. Liam Deegan hitting $216. Andrelton Simmons hitting $198. Isaac Paredes is doing okay though, $286 out of the leadoff spot. I'm a bit surprised, given his eye and discipline and his avoid K, that he's only walked 4 times. But still putting up a 771 OPS out of the leadoff spot. James Wood, one of our Rule 5 picks last year, has gotten off to a pretty nice start. 282, 342, 606. But yeah, I mean, our offense continues to be significantly below average, and we're not getting the same level of pitching that we got a year ago. So that's why we're not 20 and 10 like we were last year. We are 16 and 15. We'll take a look at the stats here in a second. So Reese Olson's pitching well. Any significant upgrades from anybody? Joey Estes got better. Edwards continues to get worse. This is really not concerning, but a little disappointing. He was a 3.5 win player last season. His first full season, stole 40 bases, had a 366 on base percentage, and just nothing this year. So that's a little disappointing. Yeah, a lot of development going the wrong direction. Ced Mullins, your AL Batter of the Month. Luke Voigt over in the NL. Tristan McKenzie, your AL Pitcher of the Month. Daniel Avitia is the Rookie of the Month in the AL. Alex Kendrick is your Rookie of the Month in the NL. Let's just quickly take a look at the stats before we move forward. So you can see we've got a lot of negative WAR here from players that we are leaning on. Deegan, negative 0.5. Austin Meadows, negative 0.3. Laureano is having a nice season, 300, 400, 500. So he's put up a 906 OPS, 1.1 WAR. Wood, Pache's not hitting great, 678, 88 OPS. Plus, with a high BABIP, which tells me he hasn't even been that good. So yeah, it's been a whole lot of averageness, I guess, out of our offense, or below averageness. And our pitching staff, again, not as good as it was last year, at least to this point. You see Golemon with a 5.27 FIP. Gunnar Hoagland, 8.09 FIP, ERA over 7.5. We got to get him. We got to get somebody else up. But I don't really have another. Well, maybe we go with someone like Victor Vodnik. Yeah, I think it makes sense to send Hoagland down and call up Vodnik. Make Vodnik our middle relief. Reese Olson has pitched well. Beck Way has pitched well. But yeah, it hasn't been great so far. It's been just okay. But it's been just okay, and we're in first place. So I can't complain too much. We will do what we normally do, which is play May. I will sim June offline, and then we'll come back and we will do July together. So let's get the month of May off to hopefully a good start. A 2-0 loss. Not a great start. So we're back to 500. And we are under 500 now as we lose our first 2 games of the month. Bounce back with a 6-3 win. Looks like we get a 3-run homer from Torkelson. Austin Meadows with a home run. Jesus Luzardo picks up his 3rd win of the year. Okay. So back to 17 and 17. We got the final game of the series against Philly. Can we win it? Winning series is what it's all about. We do not. So we're 1-3 here in May. We take on the Red Sox. 1-4. 1-5 in the month of May. 1-6. Wow, we are getting this is ugly. 1-6 in May. Get swept by the Red Sox. We finally win one on walk-off fashion. 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th. We almost blew this one as well. We get 2 home runs in the 9th. 1 from Deegan, 1 from Wood. Yeah, we have the worst offense in the American League. Not really sure what changes I can make. If we look at against righties, yeah, it just I mean, what do we do? We just don't have the bats. They're just not hitting. So Edwards is 20 of 86. Nick Allen, 10 of 44, but I want Allen out there. Ostrozinka, 208. Replacing Paredes. I don't know. I mean, at least Austin Matthews a little above average against righties. I don't know that there's a whole lot I can change here. I mean, do I move Edwards back up to the leadoff spot? I mean, I suppose we can try that. Kind of move everybody else down one and see if that does anything. I mean, with his contact down to a 45, I don't anticipate that that's going to change a whole lot, but we'll see. All right, so let's see if that makes any difference. Well, we win 5-4. Laureano picks up a couple RBIs. Gutierrez has a couple RBIs. They each homer. 2 RBIs for Edwards out of the leadoff spot. Meyer gives up 4 and 4 2/3, but the bullpen does their job. Looking for the sweep of the... Oh, it's a 4-game series against the Rangers. We lose 6-0. So we win 2 out of 3 so far against Texas. And then lose 2 in a row. Wow, we are just not a very good team right now, guys. Hey, the offense comes to play here on this day. Edwards scores 3 runs. You're not going to get many 4-hit games from Andrelton Simmons, though. So while that's nice, you can't really count on that. 2 hits, 3 RBIs for Laureano and Torkelson. Is Luzardo hurt? He sure is. All right, so maybe this is the year we take that step backwards before we take the leap forward. So let's see what happens here in the final game of the series against Detroit. So we lose Reese Olson for 6 to 7 weeks, and we lose Jesus Luzardo for 3 to 4 weeks. So, yeah. I mean, we won, so there's that. Edwards at the top of the order seems to be working. Seems to be working here a little bit. Paredes with 2 RBIs. We may end up trading Isaac Paredes. Slightly above average defensively, but he's not getting it done on offense. I mean, it's still relatively early, but we got to call up a couple pitchers now. Hoagland can stay right the hell where he is because he's been awful. We will call up Weisenberger. And do we have someone that we can... Yeah, we can make Vodnik a starter. And we got to call up another reliever now. Do we give Troy Taylor a shot? I mean, he's dominating Double-A. Sure. Let's give Troy Taylor a start. Let's actually give Taylor a shot in the rotation. Let's see how that works. Long relief. Brule we won in there as a middle relief as well. All right, so we've won 2 in a row. We're 5 games out of first place and only 3 games out of a wild card. So, I mean, we're by no means out of it yet because everyone's been bad. But, Yeah, so 4.5 games out of first place. We got Scubal on. Look at all these injuries. Oh, we need to get Burns back. We need Corbin Burns back badly. Gleason's been terrible. Wow. 2-7. I mean, that's BABIP's really high. He's been really bad, though. Estes has been good. Hansen's been just okay. Vestine's not really hitting in AA, so he's nowhere close to ready yet. Poisson is hitting, but I don't want to... I mean, he's raking. I mean, he is absolutely raking in AAA, but his ratings say he's not ready. I mean, he is already a better hitter, significantly, than Andrelton Simmons. But Simmons is still the better defensive shortstop, so I think the smart play is to leave Poisson where he is. All right, so game 1 in Seattle. We've won 2 in a row. We won 4 of our last 7. There's a 6-2 loss. Bounce back with a 6-4 victory. Got 4 runs in the first, but still managed to win a grand slam from Miguel Sano. Yeah, Edwards at the top of the lineup seems to work. For whatever reason, Austin Meadows goes 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Paredes has a couple hits. They each homer. Gleason gets the win, even though he gives up 4 runs in the first. Can we take the series? Big game here. Divisional game. We lose. And we lose James Wood. So the injuries continue. So Judd Fabian comes back up. Oh, and he's regressed significantly as well. So I guess we can stick him in the lineup in... I mean, he's a good defensive player, but who does he... I mean, I guess we make him the DH and him the left fielder. Deegan's so disappointing. And then against lefties... Against lefties, I want Torkelson out there, I guess. And we'll put Ostrazinka out in left. Make Torkelson the DH and see if that does anything for us. 3-game series in Houston. Oh, man. We are 6-13 here in the month of May. Three losses in a row, 4 out of 5. Are we about to get swept by Houston? We are. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is not a good season. So let's quickly pause because we have no money. And we can't certainly add anything, but I think we're at a point where we need to start thinking about selling. Like, we could trade Meadows without it hurting our fan interest too much. Same with Paredes. Yeah, this may be the year where we kind of take that step backwards before we take a step forwards. I mean, that's a thing that happens. So Paredes and Meadows. Just add Berazile. Nope, okay. And it's because of that contract. I have a feeling we may have to retain to move Meadows. Maybe. Jose Suarez is not particularly good. I kind of like Bradford Pepperman. Decent stuff. 3 good pitches. So if I don't retain anything, they want... Okay, so they're willing to take it at 25%. What if we do something silly like this? Yeah. 12 prospect in baseball. He's not a center fielder. I mean, Depperman's not... Did I call him Pepperman? I may have called him Pepperman. Depperman's not bad. Fourth slot mediocrity is something that I would settle for at the moment. Would really love Pete Crow Armstrong. Put Pete Crow Armstrong and Christian Pache in the outfield together and nothing ever hits the ground. All right, well, it's an option. Okay, so Depperman doesn't actually change things at all for them. Like, they don't care about him at all. Am I okay doing this? Okay, so maybe we can backtrack here a little bit and... because they have some interest, so I might be able to back my way into this. I might be able to back my way into this if I can find the right two-star player that they like. Or not. So if we put Falco in there, and I'm not against giving up Falco. I mean, it's not. I mean, he's 24 years old with control that's never going to that's going to limit him, right? I mean, he's decent stuff, decent movement, but no control. He's got 3 good pitches. I mean, he's a 38 stamina. He's probably a reliever more than anything. Looking for another older player. Segovia. I want to see if I can get the money off the books or not. Okay, so I can get it down to 15%, which is $1 million. If I do something like this, I have to give up a bigger piece. But I mean, Pete Crow Armstrong, he's not ready yet, but putting Crow Armstrong and Pache in the outfield together, I mean, he's not going to be a great hitter. Neither of them are going to be great hitters. But I'm thinking if I can find the right hitter or some of my young players, because most of my prospects right now are hitters. So I'm hoping maybe that those guys can fit into some of these. And he hit last year at Double-A. I mean, if you put up anything, and he's hitting, wow, he hit this year for the Cubs as well. Okay, so we're going to make this happen. So 15% is 1.1, 1.2, 1.1. We kind of need Depperman right now because of the injuries. But we get Vastine, Poisson coming up next year. We got Wood this year, Batante. Kenny Gomez has some power. So we have some players. Are either of these players? Okay, so he's very popular as well. So that'll actually improve. Can we get them to retain? Okay, so our available money this year would improve by $3 million. I'm going to do this. So Bradford Depperman and PCA coming to Oakland for Austin Meadows, David Falco, Chase Cohen, and Edouard Segovia. So we're just going to pull the plug on the Austin Meadows experiment before we get to a point where we can no longer trade him. We're going to make that deal. So reaction by the fans to the acquisition of Bradford Depperman are amazing. The overall fan interest increases significantly. So that is fantastic. And we are immediately going to call them both up. Ostrazinka, I think, needs some time in AAA, truth be told. So Depperman and PCA come up. Let's do that so we can get some additional players up there. Now let's take a look at our lineup again. So against righties, Pete Crow Armstrong will go in left field. Our defense is so good. So good. Do we have 14 pitchers on our roster? We do. So someone's going to have to go down. So Weisenberger can go down. And I guess that means let's call up Angeles so we can get another middle infield option. So against righties, I absolutely want Pete Crow Armstrong out there. The bat's not quite ready, but that's fine. Torkelson will come in as the designated hitter. Deegan's going to move into the 2-hole because of the avoid K, or the batting eye, rather. And we're not going to get much offense out of 7, 8, 9. But that's a this year thing. This will be Poisson next year, and we can hide Pache and Armstrong at the bottom of the order if we have to. Against lefties, I think I want Fabian out there just because he's a bit better bat. And we'll do that. Okay. All right. Let's see how this goes. And now we're playing Chicago. We're playing the White Sox. All right. So let's go ahead and Andrelton Simmons wants to be traded. Well, I can't trade you. I'm sorry. What did that do to fan interest? It's up to a 71. So it's higher than it's been all season, even though we are 22 and 30. So it's finding the right deals, I guess. And I really like that deal because I love, obviously, Christian Pache and players like that. So Franco's going to go down. We get Langlier back in the lineup. That's going to help. It's going to help a little anyway. Gutierrez and him will split time almost down the middle. Langley will get a little bit more playing time. He's not even that good offensively. But, yep. All right. So we got a game here against the White Sox, 22 and 30, 8.5 games out of first place. We've lost 5 in a row. We've lost 6 in a row. We lose that one 3-2 in 18 innings. Yeah. All right, game 3. Hey, we win, and Braylon Marquez is out for 6 weeks. Of course he is. So we are now down 5 of the pitchers that we expected to, or 4, because I won't count Javier. We're down 4 of the pitchers we expected to be on our opening day roster. I guess Acton will get the call. Middle relief. Depperman will be middle relief, used more often. So we won this one 9-4, so, we get a win. Paredes had 4 hits. Langley had 4 hits. Pache finally gets that average up over 200. 4 home runs, Paredes, Langley, Torkelson, and Pache. Okay. Can we finish strong? We got 3 games against Seattle and 2 against Washington, all at home. Nope. Another extra inning loss, this time in 15 innings. Wow. We are bad. We are a bad baseball team. Hey, we win 3-0. Deegan hits a 2-run homer. Yeah, look at some of these. Well, I guess some of these batting averages aren't terrible, but Gleason pitches really well. Okay, so that was a good game. We got a day off, followed by 2 against Washington. So I'm going to sim June offline. And when I come back, we will do July. First game against Washington. Can we win 2 games? No, we lose 3-1. And what happens here on the 31st? We win 6-0. Who got the start? Pico Armstrong goes yard. Shea Langley has a 3-run homer. So Armstrong's hitting enough. I mean, 231, 394, 423. I absolutely will take that. And defensively in left field, he's going to be, or he's playing, in left field, he's going to be absolutely amazing in left field with that range, that error, and that arm. Absolutely amazing in left field. Taylor, 7 shutout innings. Very nice. His first major league victory. It was still an awful month. Still not a whole lot good that came out of it. Gleason got better. Still sporting almost a 6 ERA. Allen gets better. Crow Armstrong gets better. Paredes, 280. I mean, he's hitting. He's absolutely hitting. 282, 354, 491. It's one of the few bats in the lineup that's hitting. So I would like to move him, but I don't know if... when do we get him back? 2 weeks. I don't know if that's the right move. James Wood gets better while he's on the disabled list. Be nice to get his bat back in the lineup. What about in the minors? Ostrazinka just got a lot worse. Yeah, okay. I mean, it was worth the shot. With that power, it was absolutely worth the shot, but just doesn't look like he's going to have it. Poisson gets a little worse. That's a little disappointing. Potential contact. Potential eye. Bastine gets better. Speed drops. His potential increases. Yeah, contact got better. Gap, home run, avoid K. He'll start next season in AAA, but it won't be long before he's up for sure. Batter of the month in the AL, Wander Franco. In the NL, Tatis. Logan Webb is your pitcher of the month in the AL. Camilo Doval is your pitcher of the month in the NL. Trent Terzinsky, your rookie of the month in the AL. And Denny Reyes is your pitcher or your rookie of the month in the NL. So are we anywhere close to the wild card at this point? Or was that month? I mean, we're 6 games out, so it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that we can come back. Because this month we're going to get Luzardo, Burns, and James Wood all back. So we're going to get 2 of our starters back, which means we can punt Skubal to the moon. And then, I don't know, maybe shift Meyer back to the bullpen because he was so good there last year. So get Burns and Luzardo back in the lineup. Get rid of Skubal. Move Meyer back into the bullpen. Get Wood back out there. Maybe at DH. Yeah, because Torkelson's not really hitting either, so he may be another trade candidate given his $2.6 million contract this season. Wants 3 in ARB. We have to figure out what to do with Laureano. I mean, $12 million is a lot of money. I just want to see. Yeah, I mean, there's some demand for him, so we could pick up a Tristan McKenzie, who's 6-1 on the year. There's some interest. A 25-year-old outfielder. Not a ton of interest, but some. You could pick up Karinchak. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and sim June. And when we come back, it will be July 1st. So hang tight. All right, guys. We are back. It is July 1st. And you can see it was a pretty okay month for the Oakland Athletics. We went 15-11 for the month of June, which... Man, that May really sunk us. We are 29-24 if you take out May. I know you can't take out a particular month, cherry picking and whatnot. But anyway, good month. One of the best pitching staffs in the American League. We're first in runs against. Our bullpen is first. Our starters are 7th. One of the best defenses in the American League. First in zone rating, 3rd in defensive efficiency. But our offense has been so bad that it hasn't been able to make up the difference. And that's really what the problem has been really for 3 years now. So our offense just has not been good enough. Liam Deegan's starting to hit a little bit. He's up to 3.5 stars. Pache is seemingly gone backwards. We can maintain or we can handle his bat in the lineup if he's at a 90 OPS or a 98 OPS plus, but at 63, I don't know. So we'll just have to see. I mean, we have some young players that are hitting. Deegan, like I said, starting to hit. James Wood, 10 home runs, 31 RBIs. He's doing okay. We've got the young prospects, but so far it's been a struggle. We did get Corbin Burns back. He's made one start since he came back, 4 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts. We lost Xavier Edwards for 5 weeks, so we put Uribiel Angeles in the top of the lineup, and he's hitting 300 through his first 65 at-bats. So obviously his OPS is average heavy, 308, 338. So I don't know that he is the ideal leadoff hitter. Ideally, I would like Deegan there, but the avoid Ks needs to come up some. Yeah, I mean, he's hitting 202, but he's got a 312 on-base percentage. So if he can hit 250, all of a sudden this becomes 360, 370, and he looks a lot better. So we'll get there. We'll get there. I do have a trade in the works. Currently, it's pending. It is not pending. Where is it? Oh, because that's free agents. That's not trades. So we have a deal pending with the Cleveland Indians where we would give up Torkelson, Goleman, Josie, and Martin Nego, who's an outfielder. I guess we can just do it like this. So Reed Goleman. Goleman would be tough to give up, but I was doing a little bit of additional research on Mr. Goleman, and he really is nothing more than a specialist against righties. You look at his ratings, he is lights out against righties, and he's really bad against lefties, which is why I think he's never really been as dominant as I thought he would be. I mean, he's been good, but I don't know. I guess I just thought he would be better, and he's been good this year too. I mean, he's on pace for 1.5 WAR, 151 ERA plus, whatever. But really good against righties, not so good against lefties. We'd give up Torkelson. Again, he's been okay, but a $3 million ARB estimate, and he's been just okay. Jacob Josie was good last season in a relief role, has been slightly less good this year, but still manageable. Really good control, 3 decent pitches. Again, the movement's kind of meh, but so far he's, it is what it is. And then Martin Nego is a 19-year-old. Looks like probably a left fielder or a right fielder. He looks okay. OSA doesn't like him quite as much as we do. But in return, we would be getting 25-year-old first baseman Tony Bullard. 2.5 star, 4.5 star. Has struggled in Cleveland through his first year and a half. I'm hoping that a change of scenery does him well. I mean, the home run power and the eye discipline would immediately make him the best hitter we have on our team. So I have that trade in. We will see what Cleveland says, and we will go from there. So it's time for international amateurs. And there's one elite bat and then a couple of decent players. Mendoza is the elite bat, but I don't think I want to make a run at a first baseman. I was looking at some of these, and I think I want to go after one of these 2 center fielders, either Elias Guerrero or Juan Gomez. Gomez is, well, I mean, I guess he could play center field. I mean, I think Guerrero is probably the safer bet just because of the high work ethic, high adaptability, low greed. Again, more of a corner outfielder type. OSA likes him a little bit more than we do. Am I overthinking this? Am I overthinking this, and do I just go with the first baseman because I don't think so. I think I want to go after the guy with the high work ethic. I kind of prefer that. I prefer going after the center fielder. I mean, he's tiny, 5'9", 155 pounds. He's 18 years old. That's not good. You got a 6'3", 180-pounder here. What does OSA think of him? OSA doesn't like him quite as much. And then Mendoza, we're pretty even on. I think I go after Mendoza. I mean, how can you pass up a potential 5-star? Yeah. All right. Well, we'll go after Mendoza first, and if that doesn't work, we'll come back and take a shot at, Lando. Lando Scooten out of the Netherlands. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. All right, we're going to have to do Mendoza. We're just going to offer him the $5 million and see what happens. So yeah, we were pretty good last month, and we have a tough schedule right out of the bat with 6 against division rivals, or actually more than that. We got 6, 9, 12, 16 of our next 18 games are against division rivals. So this really could make or break us right here. So let's see how this first week goes against LA and Houston. Game number 1. Game is thinking. It's a 3-1 loss. So Marquez's recovery unclear now. That's not good. Game 2. 12-3 win. Okay, so we do sign Alex Mendoza, so that is great news. So we add another bat to our minor league system. Cleveland will accept this deal. This would give us Tony Bullard, who would immediately become our number 4 hitter. We're giving up some assets. I don't know if it's too much, but I'm dealing from a position of strength here. We have a couple of players we can call up from the minor leagues from a pitching perspective to replace the pitchers that we have. Depperman has been, you can see right there, Bradford Depperman has been perfect since we picked him up from the Cubs. 20 innings, 32 strikeouts, an ERA of 0 in 15 games. He's been perfect for us. So we're dealing from a position of strength here and picking up a player that could potentially help the offense. So I'm going to go ahead and make the trade. No fan interest issues with that deal. So we will go to here. We will call up Bullard. We will call up Acton. And we will call up Weisenberger. So let's go back to our pitching staff now. So I think we use Depperman, and we'll see how you know what? I'm going to leave him where he is because he's been that good. I don't want to screw with it. Make Max Meyer the stopper. He was our closer last year and was really, really good in relief. Weisenberger, we will make long relief, and Acton, we will make a middle relief. No, we can't make. He's got a 7 stamina. We should do that the other way. Middle relief and then long relief here. And then in the lineup, we are going to put Bullard in where? Let's start with lefties, I guess, for starters, and he'll just go in right there at first base. I think he's a better first baseman than Deegan. Yes, he is. So we'll put him at first, him at DH, and we will run like that. Backup first baseman will be Ostrazinka, and then against righties, we got to get him out there as well. So we got Wood, Deegan, Laureano. See, that's the thing, is I don't want to take any of these guys out, so I think we just kind of do something like this. Every 3rd game, every 4th game. Can he play anywhere else? He can sort of play left field. We can have him back up in left as well. So we'll get him out there 3 times a week against righties, and then he will start every day against lefties. And we'll see how that goes. Let's look at our 12-3 game here. Torkelson, his farewell game with the Oakland A's. 5 runs knocked in. James Wood, 2 hits, 4 RBIs. Gleason doesn't pitch long enough to get to. So Josie gets the win, and Torkelson drives in 5 in their final game as Oakland Athletics. We got another game here against LA. We take 2 out of 3 against the Angels, so we're 4 games under 500 now. Excuse me. Bullard goes 0 for 3 in his debut. Paredes and Langley a homer. Estes goes 5 2/3. Depperman pitches an inning and a third, strikes out 4, picks up the win, continues to be perfect. And now we have the Astros at home. Astros are not particularly good this year, but they're still the Astros. So see how this 3-game series goes. We win game 1, so that's 3 straight victories. Get an RBI from Wood. Taylor has been unbelievable. Troy Taylor, I called him up as sort of an afterthought, and he's been great. He's been 126 ERA plus 5-1, 63 strikeouts in 53 innings. He's been terrific. Meyer pitches an inning and 2/3. Game 2 against the Astros. 10-0 win. So 4 in a row, back-to-back shutouts. Paredes 2 for 5, 4 RBIs. Wood 2 for 5, 3 RBIs. Bullard gets his first hit with us. Pache has a couple hits, couple RBIs, hits his 7th home run of the year. Corbin Burns goes 5, picks up his first victory of the season, and we look for the sweep. And it looks like the All-Star game. I got to make a note to make sure I change the All-Star game date because it looks like it's going to be right around here again, so it's fine. So can we sweep the Astros? No, you lose 9-0. That's a tough one. Luzardo gets smoked. But look at Depperman. Are you actually kidding me? 11 hits, 4 walks, 41 strikeouts in 23 2/3 innings. All right, so we got a couple of days. We're 3 games under 500, 5.5 games out of first place, and where are we in the wild card? 6 games out of the wild card. So we're actually closer to first place than we are the wild card. And we can catch the Tigers and the Red Sox. Absolutely. Absolutely. We do have a doubleheader against the Yankees coming up, which is important. We've received a trade proposal. They want to send us Adam Duvall and Frank De La Rosa for Leon. No. Absolutely not. So we're going to get through the draft before I make any more deals. I still am unsure what to do with Laureano. But the next 2 weeks may decide. So let's see how this doubleheader goes against the Yankees. We're 3 games under 500, and we split the doubleheader with the Yankees. We win game 1, 3-0. Deegan has a couple of hits. Gleason pitches 7 shutout innings, and then we lose game 2. We give up a run in the 9th. Hansen gets the loss. Deegan homers again. Bullard has gotten off to a less than stellar start, 1 for 15. All right, so we got the draft, and it's a pretty loaded draft from a hitter perspective. We're picking 22nd, and it thinks we're going to take... Okay, so that's changed. Initially, it had said we were going to take who? Emmanuel McQueen. It said this guy was going to be there for us with the 22nd pick. So what do we have now? So we got Colton Sims, Cody Schreier, Tamar Johnson in the draft. All right, well, let's get to it. Yeah, look at all these bats. I mean, all of these guys are going to be gone. But if one of these guys is still here, that's our pick. It doesn't really matter which one of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of these 7 is there. That's our pick. If not, we have some decisions to make. But that's our pick. So let's go ahead. All right, so we have a decision to make. So let's look at the log here. So Bresniak went first. Pitcher, Luke Hoskins, then Schreier, then Sims, then Perez, then pitcher. Fountain, Nazir Mule, Tamar Johnson. There's McQueen going at 19. Okay. So now what? Now what do we do with the number 22 pick? We could take first. No, I don't want to take him. Jose Barrera, 18-year-old catcher. Danny Colon. And he looks okay. He could pass for a center fielder. Good enough range. The arm isn't particularly good, but, you know, most center fielders don't have that arm. It's a little disappointing. I mean, there were some... Ooh, Juan Morales. Turn DP is bad. The infield arm is okay. Can swing the stick, though. Wow, looks like we just missed out on a lot of that high-end talent. Right now, I'm leaning Cologne. Let's see what's available for pitchers. Not much. David Horn, 2-star, 3-star, almost fully developed. Again, high floor, low ceiling kind of guy. Yeah, that stinks. I was really excited about the draft because of all that talent that was there, and it's all gone, which I guess isn't a huge surprise. I think Danny Colon is the pick. Who do they think we should take? They think we should take Miranda. I mean, OSA absolutely adores him. Thinks he's gonna rake, but I don't. Our scout doesn't see it quite as much, and I prefer. I mean, OSA loves Cologne too. I think we go Danny Colon with this pick here. $2 million bonus demand, so we're gonna save a bit of money as well. Let's go to the next pick. Is that pitcher still there? My guess would be no. Yeah, he's not. Julian Thayer looks like a halfway decent pitcher. OSA doesn't think so at all. Let's go back to batters. Caden Markham. Kind of like him. He's got some pop in his bat. High work ethic. OSA likes him a little bit more than us. What does he want? He wants below slot as well. That works for me. All right, let's look for and see if we have any pitchers who are actually hitters. We got Brandon Flowers, high work ethic, 18-year-old. That doesn't look like we have any pitchers that are actually hitters. At least none that are any good. All right, so we start now looking. Let's start looking at catcher ability, catcher arm, see if we can find ourselves a decent. Yeah, it's too early. It feels too early to be diving into the what sort of individual stats can we find rather than just finding the best possible player. I'm hoping that one of these guys who has really high defense or something is also good at other things and is just rated not quite as high for whatever reason. Yeah, like Jordan Lewis, if he could hit at all. At all. Brant, no. There we go. Francis Madrid. Only 2 stars, but absolutely a center fielder. Has elite speed, high work ethic, and enough of a hitting tool that you feel like maybe that work ethic could increase all of these ratings enough. Francis Madrid will be the 3rd pick of the Oakland Athletics. 4th round. Let's look at individual pitch potential and see if we can find ourselves a young pitcher. Cooper Dossett, I always like. Doesn't want a lot of money. It's already fully developed, though. Julian Thayer. He's still around. All right, so Julian Thayer is going to be our next pick. He's available. Again, not a super high ceiling, but a high enough floor. He's got 5 pitches, including a screwball, that he could end up being this year's Jacob Josie. We'll take him there. See what else we can find in terms of pitchers. Xavier Cardenas. I always like Cardenas because he's got the high work ethic, but he just didn't develop in this playthrough. Schmolke. Low work ethic I don't like. Caglione, another famous OOTPer because he can hit a little bit. Nathan Ross. Again, not a great pitcher. OSA hates him. Really what I'm looking for is somebody who's got, good stuff and good movement and really bad control, or good stuff, good control, really bad movement, and high work ethic. I mean, that's ideally what I would be looking for. So let's do it this way. That can't be right. Really, really 60 stuff is, but again, I don't know. It's kind of disappointing. Kevin Mantle. High work ethic. Ugh, that's just gross, man. Yeah, I find looking at it this way, looking at the pitch potential, I'm able to find better pitchers than if you look by stuff or you look by control. That's just been my experience. Whether or not your experience is the same, I don't know. That's been my experience. Low work ethic. High work ethic, but he's 23. Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking for like an 18 or a 19-year-old. If I can find that with the high work ethic, that is, see, like Will Jones I like, except he's 23. If he was 21 with these ratings, I would probably take him, truth be told. But not at 23. There's just not much room left for development. Excuse me. Ryan Dennison. We can take Ryan Dennison. He's 21. High work ethic. 3+ pitches. A cutter that's below average. Everything else is below average, but still has some room for growth. His bonus demand's a little over slot, but that's fine. Let's go back to batting potential. Do a few more picks and then let the AI finish up here, I think. Anybody with a plus hitting tool left. So you got Daniel Figueroa, who's got a lot of speed. Can't field, though. So let's go back to fielding potential. Or fielding ratings, I guess. Oof. Yeah, like he's the kind of player I would take if this wasn't all here. He's just not going to work hard enough to get it done. On to Veros. Again, decent profile, but the low work ethic is going to turn me off from that. Robbie Chavez. I don't know that he's ever going to hit enough. The error isn't particularly good. James Hill. He looks interesting. Again, decent enough hitting profile. Can play all 3 outfield positions pretty well. Has high work ethic. James Hill, come on down. Pablo Santos, Gabe Frazier. Play all over the diamond. Stuart Puckett. Yeah, it's not a particularly good draft after that first 10 or 12 players, which sucked because there was some talent in there. Mason Jans, sure, he can field. He can run the bases. He can't really hit, but since when have I drafted somebody based on his ability to hit? Oh, I thought that said Joey Tomato. I was like, I'm going to take him just because of the name. All right, I'm about ready to call it, guys, here. This is a bit of a disappointing draft. I'll let the AI do its thing. Barry Manning. Yeah. 17 years old. Low work ethic. No, we're just going to let the AI finish up. All right, so let's negotiate. Anybody want over slot? Because we should deal with them first. Ryan Dennison. Yeah, we'll match his offer. That's fine. He looks forward to playing baseball in our system. So will he take 1850? Caden Markham is looking forward to playing baseball in our system. Will he take 700? I'm just looking to save money everywhere I can, right? I mean, that's the important thing. Oops, I got to enter a bonus. We will meet his demand. He only wants $100,000. I'm fine with that. And Angel Monzone. We'll pass on that. Oh, no, you know what? No, I'm not going to offer him. I'm not going to offer him. All right, so we have everybody that we drafted is here. So let's adjust. Let's come in here and let's go ahead and say goodbye to anybody over the age of 23 that is in rookie ball. Or I get 23 and over, I should say, that is half a star. Let's get rid of all those guys. Let's release them. Do the same thing here. Oof, it's a bad team. There's a lot of one star and half star players on that roster. All right. Okay, so we're down to a reasonable amount in every thing. All right, so where are we? We're on the 11th. Let's get through this Houston series, see where we stand, and then see if we want to add or subtract, I guess. 7-5 loss in Seattle. That's 2 losses in a row, 3 out of 4. We win there 2-0. You get 2 hits from Wood, Paredes with an RBI, Deegan with an RBI, Burns with another 5 1/3 shutout. It's nice to have Corbin Burns back, even if he's only pitching 5. Final game of the series against Seattle. Be nice if we could take this series. We do. We win 8-2. So we're 2 games under 500. Pete Crow Armstrong, a couple hits, 3 RBIs. Deegan, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. 3 RBIs each for Laureano and Wood. Luzardo goes 8. Deegan and Wood both homer. Now we get 3 at Houston. A sweep puts us over 500. Well, we lose that one 2-0, so that's not going to happen. Let's put him on a rehab assignment for now and see how these last 2 games go against Houston. Ooh, we've been shut out in back-to-back games. And we lose that one 7-6, and we lose Simmons for 6 to 7 weeks. That was about as bad a series as you could have hoped for. So it's time. It's time for Poisson to step into the lineup and be our starting shortstop. We're going to start him in the number 9 hole. I don't want to be screwing with him at all. We are 8.5 games out of first place, and we are 7 games out of a wild card. I don't know. I don't think we have the pieces to get it done. I could be wrong, but I don't think we have the pieces to get it done. How is Bullard doing? 4 for 29. He does have a home run. He had his first home run with us. I mean, the ratings suggest he should rake. But we'll see how it goes. So, from a pitching perspective, Depperman has finally given up a run. 1 run in 27 innings of work. He struck out 45. We are definitely working from a position of strength when it comes to our pitching staff. I don't want to trade any of our starters, but the way I found that deal for Bullard was by offering Estes up and then backing off of Estes and finding a solution that would work. So that may be something I do here. Like I love having Max Meyer in the bullpen. He's just so good in the bullpen for us. If you look at his splits, 9 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts so far in 8 games. He's just so good in the bullpen. Hansen's been okay. We get Braylon Marquez back now, so again we get another piece back in our bullpen. So we can send Weisenberger down, I suppose, and we can call Marquez up. Let's get Braylon back out there in a setup / specialist role. Oh, he's listed as a starter. They made him a starter. I mean, even his ratings as a starter are really good. I mean, we could try him as a starter. He's got enough stamina. If we traded a starter, we absolutely could make Braylon Marquez a starting pitcher. But I love that stuff and movement as a reliever. So what do we want to... I mean, all of our pitchers are exhausted. That's not ideal. Let's just sim ahead. Let's get through the day. All right, so we got a couple pitchers that aren't exhausted, which I guess is... Oh, we got 3 pitchers that aren't exhausted, so we're okay there. So, yeah, I think... So, Caden Markham, he signed. Julian Thayer signed. Danny Colon... Okay, so they all signed. So, we saved a little bit of money in our rookie draft signings as well, so that's good. Cologne, Markham, Thayer. We will disable... That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, fine. We want to disable the AI promotion. Thayer's going to start in A-ball, I think. Markham should also start in A-ball. And Cologne will stay where he is. All right, so the players that I'm thinking about dealing here are Paredes and Laureano. We trade Laureano. That's good. We're going to take a huge fan interest bump. So I'm hesitant to do that. We could trade Paredes, but then who plays third? I mean, Ostrozinka can play third, but he can't really hit. I mean, if we offered up, like if we did something like this, and this is how I found that deal for Bullard. We put Estes in there, and you get all sorts of names that come up. And then you kind of go from there. Get Tyler Freeman. Second baseman. He could play alongside. I mean, we have a second baseman who's almost that good. Jesus Sanchez. Reed Detmers making 7.5 in ARB, though. Kalinic, not really hitting. Yeah, some of these guys are making too much money. That's the biggest problem. What if I did this? What if I did this? Looks like a bunch of crap. Four prospects. The game loves Estes. Norbert Castelluccio. Wow. And Elijah Green. Who isn't the same Elijah Green, but... I mean, that's a potential trade. I could take Estes out of the deal. What if I took out... Wow, some of these guys are good. What if I took Green out? No times 1,000. All right, so then what if we came back with... I mean, I hate to move Laureano, but they can't afford it. Okay, so they don't like that deal. Which is, I mean, understandable. It's two really, really good prospects in Carden and Castelluccio. Carden, I mean, that's a fun bat. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, okay, so they don't like that deal with just 1-for-1. That's fine. So what if we do multiplayer package? Just look at batters. I want batters. Just batters and batters. Kalinic and Sano. Is he a batter? He doesn't look like a batter. I don't know why he's showing up there. Schrock and Romano. Tyler Freeman and Lavastida. Tristan Cassius. We need another first baseman. Luis Garcia. All right, so that doesn't work either. So if we go back to single player and we look at all batters, I mean, Nico Horner wouldn't be terrible, but again, we have a second baseman who's 70% of that for 10% of the cost. Same with Freeman. And I wouldn't mind... Yeah, Kalinic's making too much money. All right, so what if we just do Paredes? Hopefully that doesn't upset Estes too much. My guess is it probably will, but that's fine. If we retain the remaining $2 million of his contract, does that change things at all? A little. I mean, we get a bunch of crap, a bunch of 2-star garbage players, which doesn't really help us. Jorge Ona. Yuck. Okay. Let's look at our front office for a second. Who gets expensive next year? So Laureano's making 12. Pache's making 9.8. Paredes wants 5.5. Meyer 2.1. Allen 3.1. Langley 3.4. I mean, these are all reasonable contracts. Javier is going to be gone. Scubal is going to be gone. Luzardo, it's his final year of arbitration. So next year there may be some push to move Luzardo. Gleason's going to go up to 4.6. Xavier Edwards wants $4.2 million. So what if we included Xavier Edwards in a potential deal? I have no more shop attempts today. All right, let's sim this game against Seattle. And we improve to 48 and 52. Let's look at the box score first. Laureano 2 for 5, 4 RBIs. Nick Allen 3 hits out of the top of the order. Pache 2 hits. Poisson goes 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. His first big league home run. Burns goes 5 and a third. Depperman gets the win. So Paredes and Edwards gets us nothing. Gets us absolutely nothing. I mean, we might be just non-tendering Paredes in the offseason. I don't know. Because the only real movable piece we have, or the only pieces that we would need to move for cost reasons, are Paredes and Laureano. And Ramon's been okay. And he really hasn't been okay this year, but that's the thing, is that nobody really wants him because he hasn't been particularly good. We can get Devin Williams in his $11.5 million contract. What if we retain? I don't care about the money this year. You know, if we can find somebody who can help us down the road, I can retain this season. Nick Lodolo. Jake Brents would be good if he wasn't out for the year. Sandoval, Suarez. Stark Gratterall. I mean, we don't really need another relief pitcher, but give me Andy Martin to replace him. No. Okay. We may not end up doing anything other than the deal we made because, I mean, Gratterall's obviously a good player, but, I mean, do we really need him? Like, is that the right move for Laureano? I mean, maybe we make a run here and we need Laureano for the postseason and we get a fan interest bump, and I don't know. I kind of am in the let's see how it goes. We're 7 games out of a wild card, 8.5 out of first. 4 teams ahead of us. I mean, can we catch Baltimore? Maybe. I mean, let's sim another couple days and see how it goes. 48 and 53, we lose in 11. Final game of the series. There's another loss. Got the All-Star game coming up, and we win there 7-2. Poisson, another home run, but he's only hitting $188. Bullard's at $156. Deegan's at $199. Yeah, we do not have any offense. We just don't have any offense, and it's so hard in Oakland, man. It's so hard. All-Star games, Joey Estes made it. Max Meyer made it. Langley made it. So we had three All-Stars, and then the prospects. Bastine made it, and Pacheco made it. Okay. George Kirby for Jerry and Ely. Wow, Ely looks pretty good. Would they turn around and trade him to us? Would you trade me Ely for Laureano? It's an insult. This version of Jerry and Ely can hit. He usually can't hit. All right. So it's the 21st. I guess let's play another week. Let's get up to this series against Texas. You know, and if we're completely out of it, it's an 8-4 loss. Again, I don't want to trade Laureano just for the sake of trading him. But if we can trade him for a deal that makes sense, like this trade doesn't make sense. We win this game 7-0. Wood, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Poisson with another home run. Burns with another victory. Game 3 against the Red Sox. We got 5 games going into Texas here. If we can win 3 of these 4, that gives us 6 out of 8. Wood, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Bullard's down to 157. Poisson's down to 174. Paredes down to 223. Pache at 204. It's not looking good. Is it time to replace the hitting coach? I think it might be. Even though I think our hitting coach is, like, I think he relates well to our players. Yeah. With the exception of Gutierrez, Angeles, and Crow Armstrong. But it might be time to find a pitcher or a hitting coach that focuses on contact, which is crazy to think, but we need to improve the contact. So let's see what's available. Jarrett to Hart. Contact. Relationship's good with everybody except for our 2 catchers. Well, there's Pache way down there at fair, but everybody else is good. DeHart's not a bad option. Have Javier Goddard. No. Wes Long. Nope. Nope. Joel McKeithen. Nope. I think we go Jarrett to Hart. I think we're going to get Jarrett to Hart. Sign him away for, he was the Seattle Mariner hitting coach, but get a new eye in there. Have some players that are, that looks like he can work pretty well with. And let's offer him a contract. He has no interest in being our hitting coach. Well, damn. Okay. BJ Roper Hubbard. Nope. Bobby Seagal, no. Nate Spears, he teaches patience. Nope. Matt Spring. It's weird. He gets along well with all of our pitchers, but none of our hitters. Okay, here we go. Richie Bennis. Teaches contact. Gets along really well with everybody except for Angeles and Ostrozinka. Do you want to be our hitting coach? Yes. Okay. We'll hire a new hitting coach, and let's see how these next 4 games go here in Detroit. The first one is an 8-3 loss. And Reese Olson is... We're going to DFA him. And we'll just send him to... I don't want to cut him because he's incredibly popular. So if we can just pitch him in AAA, that'll be fine. So if we can take these last 3 games, it makes us 6-2 in our last 8. But I question whether or not that's going to happen. So let's just see. Nope. We just lost 3 in a row against Detroit. We're back to 7 games under 500. We finally win one here, 4-0. Bullard with his best game with us, 3 out of 4 with 2 RBIs. Corbin Burns is 4-0 with a sub-2 ERA. So we are now 10 games out of first place, 6.5 games out of the wild card. So, I mean, we're still technically in it, but we're certainly not adding anything. I don't even know, I don't think there's anything we have that anybody's going to want. Poisson's not ready. 7 for 39. He does have 3 home runs, but he's just not ready yet. So once Simmons is back, Poisson goes back down. But yeah, some of these batting averages, man, are just brutal. Wood's having a really nice year for us. Nice rookie season. Paredes at 223. Pache at 200. I mean, he's still a positive WAR player because of his glove, but man, that bat is noodle-ish. Noodle-like. There's nobody here I want to trade. Like, I would love to hold on to Laureano. I would just love it. I mean, $12 million I think is reasonable. Maybe we readdress it in the offseason. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. Where are we fan interest-wise? We're at a 63 right now. Let's look at the trade block, and let's look at popularity. Who's on the trade block that's popular that we could get a potential bump from? Would you trade me J.D. Martinez and retain his contract? How eager are you, Cincinnati, to get rid of him? Very eager. Okay, so let's do that. Can we offer them a bunch of, like, I don't want to trade Reese Olson. Junior Perez. Continue to offer him. I'm fine with this. So 3 players we don't care about for JD Martinez. Maybe we send Deegan back down to the minors for the rest of the year. We bring JD in for the fan interest bump and see if he can help us hit this year. Let's do that. So fan interest is amazing. So we pick up JD Martinez. Liam Deegan can go back down to the minors. JD can come on to the big league roster. I think hitting him second's fine. He will be our designated hitter in both instances. Do we have Wood learn first? He can't learn first. Well, he's no worse than JD Martinez. That's fine. I don't care. JD Martinez can play first base. So we're going to do that. So what does that do for our fan interest? Bumps it to a 73. Let's go. Is there anybody else on the trade block that is a pitcher that is popular? I would like to bring in Joey Gallo. I love Joey Gallo. He's so much fun. Trevor May is 35, but extremely popular. He's making too much money for me. Tyler Palm is very popular. Also not very good. Domingo Acevedo. You can get him from Kansas City for next to nothing. Tyler Danish. Called a game with Tyler Danish in it. He pitched an independent ball, for Sioux Falls back in 2020. Very popular, I like the extremely popular, but he's really bad, and he's making too much money. Sewald is making too much money. Sure, what will you give me for Acevedo? Okay, that's fine. I don't mind. Give up a couple of players I don't care about. 27-year-old, sure. Pick up Domingo Acevedo. Get another fan bump. That one was only slight, but that's okay. I don't even know what I'm going to do with him. I may just DFA him and stick him in the minors, to be honest with you. But it gives us a couple of players that bump our fan interest. So that's what we're going to do. Bring in JD Martinez to give us another bat. He's hitting this year. He's absolutely hitting. But hitting in Cincinnati is different than hitting in Oakland. So let's get up to the trade deadline. We got 3 games left. We'll review the stats, and we will call it an episode. Game 1 versus the Rangers. 5-1 loss. Game 2. 2-1 loss. Dylan Floro and Manuel Urias for... No, I don't want to give you Nick Allen. All right, well, it looks like our season's probably in the tank. We do win on the 31st. Olsen will go to AAA. We win 8-2. Wood 3 for 4, 3 RBI or 2 RBIs. Poisson 3 for 3, 3 RBIs. Estes gets the win. Poisson's holding his own. 255, 314, 617. I mean, 931 OPS and 47 at bats. I mean, maybe he's the guy the rest of the way at this point. Let's just sim the day. Get to August 1st. All right, so Edwards is still unclear. Player development. Taylor gets better. Meyer gets a little worse. Gleason, Estes, Depperman all get better. Brule gets better. Allen gets worse. Pache gets worse. Wood gets better. Laureano gets a little worse. Deegan gets a little worse. He's probably not thrilled to be in AAA, but he's not hitting. He was negative .7 WAR, so we'll let him hone his craft down there. Julian Thayer, who is our number 4 overall pick, has already improved. He's pitching well in A-ball through a couple of starts. Wow, everything got better. Put a couple miles on his fastball. Pacheco gets better. Kenny Gomez gets better. Dennison gets better. Kevin Doom. Osvaldo Tito gets better. Cool. All right. So we are 53-60, 11 and a half games out of first place and 7 out of the wild card with 4 teams ahead of us. So who knows? Who knows what can happen here? Maybe we go 19-9 in August and we get right back in it. Who knows? But again, I mean, pitching and defense, we are the best pitching and defense team in the American League, but our hitting is so bad that it counteracts all the good. I mean, if we had an average lineup, we would be one of the best teams in the American League. You can see we're actually outscoring our opponents, even though we're 7 games under 500. What's our Pythag? Yeah, 58 and 55. We should be an over 500 team. We have a plus winning run differential, and we're 7 games under 500. So yeah, I mean, maybe I'll tweak the lineup here a little bit for the month of August, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it. Actually, you know what? Let's quickly look at the stats. Like I said, so James Wood leading the team in home runs and RBIs as a Rule 5 guy. Great pick there. Pache and Armstrong, our other 2 outfielders. I think next year we go into the regular season with Wood, Pache, and PCA in our outfield, which means Laureano's probably gone, but we'll see how that goes. Langley's hitting. I mean, we've got some decent OPS pluses. Poisson is hitting 255 with a 222 BABIP. So maybe he is ready. Maybe he is ready to go. And we just let the rest of his development happen in the majors. Yeah, I mean, Bullard is hitting a $187 with us, but that's actually gone up about 30 points. So I'm hoping August is a good month for him. Pitching-wise, we've been very good again. Joey Estes, 3.3 WAR. Depperman's been outstanding. Gleason's been really good this year. Meyer's been really good. Corbin Burns has been almost unhittable this year. 2.22 ERA plus in 10 starts. So even if he is just a five and dive pitcher, he's getting it done for us. So yeah, I mean, our pitching's been great. Our defense has been great. We have a lot of prospects. We just got to figure out how to hit. We just got to figure out how to hit the ball a little bit. Hopefully that happens here in August. And if things are going well in August, I'll come back and do September. Otherwise, when we come back, it'll be the end of the regular season. So as always, guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your support. I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.